Oh, well, my name's Fox Manzo, like an 9-bit Fox, and welcome to another 9-bit reactions, another Kingdom Hearts thing. I originally didn't know what this was until like I saw the Gamers Joint video. It's like things are getting crazy. I'm like, what the heck is he talking about? And then like it's like, oh yeah, and then like it says like, oh yeah, a reaction to this. I'm like, oh, there's something very story-wise, and this is also like an event that's going to come to the American release of Union Cross, because like they're really like pushing the events all together now. Like Japan and the national version of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key or Union Cross are basically now the same thing. So, sorry, I'm just checking this to make sure it's all going well. But basically, I want to check this out, probably analyze it, see just how this is, or let me actually, and let's go. Let's begin in 3, 2, English subs. Wait, are the subs already on? Yep. Why? 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 Wait. How it ends? Because, wait, did you think nobody knew you were from the future, Maleficent? What? Who's there? Show yourself! She sounds like a crazy witch. Who am I? I guess you can call me Darkness. Are you the Master of Masters? Darkness? That's only vague. Your scheme was rather simple, Maleficent. Travel to the world of the past, rewrite your own defeat, and gather the 7 hearts of pure light. That's what you wanted. However, changing the past is not so simple. That is an arrogant... Oh, crap. That is an arrogant... What? Oh, that any ignorant person can do it. No, it's not so simple. That any ignorant person can do it. Yeah, okay. You may travel back in time to a past in which a version of you had existed. This requires your body and heart to... Damn it, you... Whoever's behind the camera clicking the thing. Wait! This requires your body and heart to have once been split. Your body and heart to have once been split. So you need to be a heartless and a nobody. These are the rules of time travel. Of course. Don't you all know? Alright. When the boy you thought you'd manipulated so cleverly pierced you with a keyblade, it crossed your mind that she would die? You would most likely now be able to travel back in time, using the method that elderly keyblade wielder once taught you, right? Jesus, who the heck has a more evil looking face? So everything has been foreseen from the start? The master knew, of course, that you would come to the past using that method. So this is Luxu. This is Luxu then. Because if he's talking about the master, then this is Luxu. This is why Enchanted Dominion. This is why Enchanted Dominion was never constructed in the real world. What? This is why Enchanted Dominion was never constructed in the real world? What the hell do you mean by that? Enchanted Dominion... Wait. So did Birth by Sleep never happen? Or is this saying that... Or is this after... Or is this before the world of Enchanted Dominion came to be outside of, I'm guessing, this data world? Or in the real world? Or is it actually that everything that's happened in Kingdom Hearts, everything that's happened, is not actually even in the real world? This is all in the datascape. Or Dream World, one or the other, something like that, before the Keyblade War. But it is in the... What? No, it is. Wait. This is why they could do never in the real world before the Keyblade War. So right now, okay, so it is literally saying now that Union Cross isn't taking place during the past anymore, which is like a theory that everyone was having. Yeah, because what is it? Unchained Key is where Unchained Key, the original one in Japan and everything. That was the original one that took place in the past. That was in the past, but after the end of Unchained Key, apparently our main character, and I say our character is the player character. Our main character died, but they said that he'll go into a deep sleep and you'll relive all of your adventures again, and thus then Unchained Key, Kingdom Hearts Key was the first one, and then Unchained Key, which is basically the remix, which is the mobile game, which then took us through the entire thing, and then Union Cross is the sequel to that, which then basically is saying that this is why Enchanted Dominion wasn't in Key, because it wasn't actually constructed during that time. So this, I don't know when this is all taking place. If this is the Realm of Darkness, but this is saying that Union Cross is after all those events.
You've grown tedious. The point is that you've trapped me. Have you not?
Before the Keyblade War, the Keyblade wielders. I'd love to get a book. I'd love to get this made into an actual book. It'd be so cool. Yeah, okay, these are the 5. Yeah, these are the main 5 worlds. Enchanted Dominion isn't one of these. These are the main 5 worlds you go to in the game. Defeated monsters of darkness and gathered light. The future worlds of light drawn from the Book of Prophecies. Okay, the Union leaders. After the Keyblade War, the Masters and Foretellers vanished. The Masters and Foretellers vanished. Ah, maybe died. Many Keyblade wielders' memories of grief. Form of the Keyblade were overwritten with new experiences. Get out of here! Remind me later. However, without the Masters and the Foretellers, it would no longer be possible for the worlds to be drawn from the Book of Prophecies. So they literally are saying that in Unchained Key, or in Union and in Key, Kingdom Hearts Key, as well as in Union Cross, that it is all a datascape. It is all a datascape. Union Cross is taking place in a datascape. Well, Key was the actual one. That was before everything. But Union Cross and Unchained Key are taking place in a datascape that was created by the Foretellers book, which I freaking said it was, like a year ago. However, without the Master and the Foretellers, it would be no longer possible for the worlds to be drawn from the Book of Prophecies. Okay. For this reason, worlds were constructed in advance from data. Yep, alright. We're all trapped in a datascape then. Including, you see, ones that had never been constructed in the real world. But the Enchanted Dominion is in the real world, in Birth by Sleep. This is supposed to say this is before all that. But then no, because it's Maleficent from the future. Well, whatever.
I told you to get to the point! So what do you mean to say is that this place is not the real world?
No. Correct. This place you have come to is not the real world. It is a data world that was prepared in advance, and its story has already been decided. You have been locked out from rewriting anything at all.
So you were forced to trap me in this isolated space because you feared my power.
No, because you're just annoying. A good guess. However, it is not your power we are afraid of. What is it? It was your memories. You know the future. You may only be data, but one of the worlds of the 7 hearts has been left out. This may only be data, but one of the worlds of the 7 hearts has been left out. 5. Yeah, because there's 5 worlds with 5 princesses on them. No, Olympus doesn't have a princess. Unless Hercules is that kind of hearted that he's now a princess. But there are 5 worlds. So I guess the 7 hearts of those 5 worlds. So then we have the 6th world, which is Enchanted Dominion now, and then 7th world, which is the unknown world that is said to be coming, which some people have theorized that it's going to be Wreck-It Ralph, which Vanellope would be considered a princess. I'd assume. Worlds of the 7 hearts. It would be inconvenient for us if the memories of what happened in that world were to transcend time. So this isn't our Maleficent, but a future version of said Maleficent from a future similar to the one that we know, but was sent back in time, but went back in time. So basically, all the events of Kingdom Hearts all happen within this book of prophecies, which makes sense because the Eye of the Master has been around since Riku's Soul Eater, and is still in his Soul Eater. His Soul Eater and Weight of Dawn, as well as Luxu's Keyblade. So in a sense, that does make sense that you could completely replicate past, present, and future using the Book of Prophecies and the Datascape together. That's why this Maleficent can actually go back in time. It would be inconvenient for us to, if memories of what happened in that world were to transcend time. Oh boy.
Huh? What do you plan to do? Make my monster grow! Do you intend to keep me trapped here in this world of data or what have you?
That would be that'd also be inconvenient. We need to have you return to your original time.
But isn't it impossible to travel forwards through time?
There is a way. Yeah, there is a way, because young Xehanort made it to 3D and is now in Kingdom Hearts 3, so yeah, there is a way to travel forward in time. Well, other than... Oh, shit. Is he just gonna lock her in a cell for, like, I don't know, 1,000 years or something? Is that what's gonna happen? That's the long way to get to the future. That reminds me of that Jackie Chan episode where the bad guys get stuck in, like, cowboy times and they have to, like, sort of live all the way until modern day and then have the dragon make them young again. Alright. Gohan and Vegeta. Okay, so a couple things. One, the whole bit with Enchanted Dominion. Because one, yeah, we have 5 worlds. We do have 5 worlds, and then you have the 6th world, which is Enchanted Dominion, and 7, which is the Unknown World. Which I guess maybe the reason for this is to keep anyone in the datascape of the Book of Prophecies, which is where I believe all of the Keyblade Wheels of Union Cross are currently at right now. The reason for all this is to keep them from creating the Keyblade of Worlds, I believe it is, or the Heart of Everything, Keyblade of Everything, which is the Keyblade Riku has at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, which will probably make an appearance in Kingdom Hearts 3. Hopefully, everything else is making an appearance in Kingdom Hearts 3, so hopefully that as well. But you do have 5 worlds with 5 different hearts, and 4 of these worlds actually have princesses on them. Yeah, 4 of these worlds have princesses on them. And then in Enchanted Dominion, you have the 6th princess, Aurora, which Aurora is in Kingdom Hearts 1 too, so that, I don't understand what he means by Enchanted Dominion isn't in the real world, because it's in Birth by Sleep. Aurora makes an appearance in Kingdom Hearts 1. So unless they're straight up saying that all of Kingdom Hearts, all of it has been in a datascape, which kind of would make sense with it, with with every game ending with reconnect Kingdom Hearts. I guess it would kind of make sense for that, because even like all the games and everything have some connection to the internet or a message board. Like what was it? Chain of Memories is COM, which is, I believe, like a comment. BBS is bulletin board something, which is like, there's like, I remember I used to go to one of them, and like there was like people, I think they still have them, that still do like RPs and stuff on those, like just like chat kind of things, and like bulletin board kind of thing. And then is like a reply, RE dot the 2 dots, which like really like the remixes, but also means reply. So it could be the whole thing that Tetsuya Nomura is kind of bringing up, that like for some reason all the Kingdom Hearts games have some kind of connection to computers or the internet and something like that. And if you think about it, even like how Sora's heart kind of works, being like kind of like a router for all these different hearts going through him, connecting them, creating a web like the internet almost that connects all these worlds, all these hearts together. Which in a sense, it is kind of what the internet kind of is. But and then you could also see Heartless as kind of viruses or even other things. But in any case, that's just beside the point. But it would make I don't know if I would like that, because that's kind of like the whole thing, like, oh yeah, it never really happened, it was all a dream, and it'd be like, oh shit, that kind of sucks. In a little bit, in some cases, because in a sense, it still is a world, and even they showed in Coded that even if you're Data, you can still wield a Keyblade. You can still gain a heart and stuff like that. But I'm just kind of wondering on certain things. But yeah, like, apparently now this Maleficent, at least from where was it? She said that she was, yeah. This is why Enchanted Dominion was never constructed in the real world. So, and because he brought a master, that the master, so I'm guessing this is Luxu. This has to be Luxu. Who's within the datascape. I don't know if this is Data Luxu, but this is Luxu. And then, you know, he says, Master knew would come past, so is why Enchanted Dominion was never constructed in the real world before the Keyblade War. So, okay. So from that, I at least can guess that then means that there is, before the Keyblade War, before all of that, there was just one world. There was just one world, and that was Daybreak Town. That was the main world. That was the one true world. And the Master of Masters used the Book of Prophecies to create all of these other worlds. Using the knowledge of the future to create worlds from the future and to bring them kind of into the past. The reason for this eludes me at this moment, but that so far seems to be what it's trying to say. And the reason why the Enchanted Dominion wasn't created before the Keyblade War, reason why the Masters did not create the Enchanted Dominion back then, was because if he did, you don't even need to have, you don't need to technically be born yet. You just need a version of yourself in that past. So even if Maleficent wasn't born yet, because the Master of Masters used the datascape and used the memories of the future and created the Enchanted Dominion, and thus created a Data Maleficent in the past, or a false Maleficent in the past, that would actually give Maleficent a way to get into the past before the war, before everything happens, basically. Because you got to see the Keyblade War kind of as an apocalypse. The Keyblade War is the Ragnarok of Keyblade wielders, the death of the gods, the apocalypse, the end of the world. That was the end of the world, and everything now is, technically Kingdom Hearts is a post-apocalyptic story, technically. Kind of something in the vein of Adventure Time, but not all, but really the remnants of the past are the Keyblades as well as the Keyblade War. So I guess that, this kind of explains a couple things. One, why there are Emblem Heartless in the past, because there shouldn't be any Emblem Heartless in the past. Ansem was the one, or Ansem the Seeker of Darkness, was the one who created Emblem Heartless. Well, Xehanort, Terranort. There's a lot of different names this guy goes by. Terranort, as well as the apprentices, are the ones who created Emblem Heartless. So there really is no reason for those Heartless to appear in the past. As well as, so the reason for these Emblem Heartless appearing is because these aren't actually Emblem Heartless. They are more or less Datascape reconstructions, or at least light reconstructions using the Book of Prophecies that the Master Master is able to pull them out. Though, I guess using light, because everything you destroy is light, even if you kill the Heartless, the Emblem Heartless, instead of releasing hearts, they seem to release light because you gain Lux, which then levels you up. So, which also I love that Kingdom Hearts always likes to put game mechanics and actually give them in-world reason for it, instead of it just being if Kirby falls and dies in a vat of spikes, it's instant kill. But in the anime, it's actually everything has a main reason, and a game mechanic actually has a story purpose. But heck, in 3D when you fight Ventus and he uses shot lock on you, I'm like, holy crap, this is like the other end of that attack, which I never wanted to be on. Where was I at? Sorry. But yeah, like, you have this awesome setup, which is freaking great. I like this idea. Well, the Master was able to pull these out, most likely using Lux or light, to release these worlds or create these worlds from within the clock tower, which is why, like, Scald, I think someone said it, that or F maybe, that that all the other worlds are fake and they're all being projected from the clock tower. So that makes sense now, because that was the Masters sending these worlds out, or the foretellers sending these worlds out. Why are they doing this? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe to draw power from the future, with like how they do with the metals, how we're borrowing powers from those who will come later. And in a sense, it really wouldn't affect anything technically it won't affect anything of the future, because this is in the past, and also, again, Ragnarok. You restarted the world, basically, at that point. So, technically, you can do whatever the fuck you want in the past at that point, and it won't technically affect the future, unless you change something drastically, like, try to stop the Keyblade War from happening. But yeah, so I do wonder how this is all going to tie into everything. Because the Datascape, this is a Datascape created from the Book of Prophecies. The Masters and the Foretellers are gone, so they needed to create new worlds and such using data instead of Lux. So thus, boom, we have Union Cross. But then now it is the question of, how is this going to tie into Kingdom Hearts 3? Like, if this isn't the Maleficent we know, then who is this Maleficent? Like, will this Maleficent tie in with the Maleficent that we know's story? Or is it actually that this is our Maleficent and all these worlds and everything are actually all connected with the original Kingdom Hearts, the main game, other than just the mobile game? And will that then mean that we are actually all just been playing like in a giant computer simulation, kind of similar to the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2 with Roxas? I don't know. There's a lot of questions here. I like that there are all these questions, and we also kind of got some answers. And I also love that this is basically the nobody symbol, and then you have light, the wing of light, which is of course a feathered wing, and then a wing of darkness for the bat wing, which is always a cool imagery that I always love to have in my stuff. And then also again, like, what's gonna happen when the 7th world actually appears in Union Cross, because then we'll have 7 worlds, 7 hearts, which might mean we might actually see the Keyblade of all worlds within the Union Cross, as well as they say like that you gotta bring her back to the future. Which question is, how exactly do you do that? Because even Xehanort says that time travel, you can go back to the past where at a point you were, but then you have to abide by the laws of time. But he's shown that you don't need to do that, since in 3D they all appear in the future. Or is that considered the past? Because they said it's too far in the future then. So because Riku and Sora apparently went back in time in 3D, like they went back in time. That's why they're younger in Kingdom Hearts 3D. That's why they're younger. So well, it's still young Xehanort. It wouldn't they unless the world that never was existed, which I guess it could have existed that far back in the past, and all of these organization members all exist. Well, I guess they're all connected to Xehanort now, so I guess technically they all could go to the past if they needed to or wanted to. You could kind of say, oh, that's the loophole. But they all went back to the past, but then eventually they said their time was up and they had to return back to their own times. So that then means that there is a way to go back to your main time. So, and I'm assuming that's what Luxu here is going to tell. I don't know. This is cool though. I want to see what's gonna happen next. I'm probably gonna have to do this mission now in Union Cross. Maybe they'll give out a little more details. I don't know, but yeah, this is cool. I like this. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. A bunch of videos that I've done. The links are on my face. Around there somewhere, and we will see you later. Kingdom Heart.